Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dr. Cammy and Karen Go Keto. And there's Karen today. Today is a Sunday, and this is the fourth time that we are in front of the camera for looking at our figures and what's going on with those same clothes on our carnivore diet. You can see that Karen is looking wonderful. She has her waistline going, and she's been noticing that her clothes are fitting a lot differently, and she's been moving into smaller sizes. So beautiful job, Karen. And
Thank you.
Here I go.
Did you mention I was feeling fantastic?
No, I didn't mention that you were feeling fantastic, but I did say that you're looking fantastic. So there we go.
Thank
you. The feelings are matching the looks.
All right. Now, Cammy doesn't want to lament today. So we're going to talk about, she did have a little binge after our 3-day challenge. Our challenge, there she is. All right. So we don't know any measurements or anything, and we'll see if she's going to put on the belt that she normally does. She had some dressing snafus today, so we'll see. Oh, she's getting the belt. So the 3-day challenge for us was I was going to eat at home and she was going to eat out. I can tell you it was a challenge for both of us. There you go. That belt, I don't know, that belt looks like it might be fitting a little better, Cammy. So little binge after the 3-day challenge, because that's the structure that Cammy has in place, but we're going to talk a little bit about it, but not beat a dead horse. You heard me, right? Because you can hear through your computer.
No, I couldn't hear because it's attached to my earphones.
Okay, so I told them a little about our 3-day challenge, and I told them we both had a challenge as far as you eating in and me eating out. Challenge was I couldn't eat out. Your challenge was you couldn't eat in. And it was a challenge for both of us. And I said, afterwards, you had a little binge. So I'll let you take it from there and we can go and discuss whatever you want, because I know that partly Cammy's binge was because she doesn't have a strong enough why. And we talked about why, and maybe she'll share the why now.
Right. So we were successful, I would say, on our commitment to not eat. Karen ate at home. She did make it to a restaurant where she drank some iced tea and did not eat a meal. And so we counted that as success. And I think that could have in some ways even been harder, right, than not being there.
Is it stretching the muscle a little further? It actually did show me what's possible.
That's true. That's true. It stretched the muscle further, but probably did show you a little bit about what's possible. So that's great.
And I will say, I did tip my waitress, because she's my regular waitress. I did tip her the same that I tip her if I had gotten the meal. So
wow. Oh,
yes.
That's wonderful. She must have liked that.
Yeah. Well, the fact that I'm usually I guess I'm usually a good tipper, but the fact that it was just on an iced tea. But by the way, an iced tea is like $2.50. So anyway.
Yeah. So, and the other things that I had as far as eating out, it was difficult for me because I'm not used to eating out. I actually learned to enjoy it rather quickly, actually. But some of the things I did at home was I wanted to eat a piece of cheese, and I found myself looking at some nuts in the Tupperware container that I usually keep in my purse, and really and my mouth was salivating, and I had the top open and I wanted to eat those. And I thought about the commitment I had made, and I didn't eat those, and I threw them in the trash. And so actually, just before we started this filming, we got the rest of the nuts out of my house because Karen asked me what I have in there that has sugar in it, and she asked about nuts. And so those are also going to be going out in the trash today. I wasn't eating them because they were stale, but Karen said, what's going to happen on day 17? And I realized she was totally right. So my commitment had been to do 3 days of carnivore eating out. And I had decided that because it was such strict carnivore, I was going to binge after I was done with my commitment of 3 days strict carnivore. So I did. I binged. And Mike Collins, the sugar-free man, says all your binges are planned. And I believe him. All of my binges seem to be planned. Now, I think previously there were some that I just didn't. I ended up in a situation where I was hungry and something happened that made me upset, and there was a situation to be off plan, and I would and I would go off plan. But nowadays I know better. I know how to wait. I know how to have things in place that I can use when I decide to use them. The issue is sometimes I decide not to use them. And when I decide not to use the things that I have in place to support me, I binge. And so I really do think that I plan my binges because I don't call for support. I don't do those things because I know that if I do call for support or do those things that are in place, I won't binge. And so I know the binge is planned and wanted. So Karen and I have been talking about how my why isn't big enough.
So Cammy has to create a why that will overcome the binge. Like, why not binge? And the answer is because blank. And so we'll see if she's been working on it. So we'll see if she has the answer to that. Also, when Cammy's referenced day 17, that's in reference to our next challenge, which is going to be a 21-day challenge. And Cammy also wants to put in like a 90-day challenge. So I think that what we should do, Cammy, and I'll let you get back to the why in a minute. I think we should plan your 90 days. And I think day 91, we should plan your binge. And we'll see if you're up to it on day 87 and see what your feeling is about the binge.
That would be interesting. Okay,
I don't
would
think
be
it should be as
interesting.
wild as some of your binges, right? But I think it could be considered like a binge, right? 2 cookies, some dibs, some pretzels, a sandwich with bread, whatever. We're going to play with it and see.
Okay, it's interesting that you're bringing this up for the first time on film because I'm not so sure I want that.
I know.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's kind
But
of
here's the thing.
incongruent.
If you plan your binges, if Mike Collins is right and you plan your binge, you're already planning it.
That's true. That's
so
true.
let's really plan it.
And put it in our words and make it a reality. And then I think that's a great idea. I think. And then we can reassess at day 87 and see what's up.
Okay. So can we end this video and go to your why in the next one since this is at 7 minutes?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
All right, guys.
We'll see you next Sunday for our other clothes session. And I just want to say that when you stay on your plan and you do your carnivore diet, I think we're seeing the changes in Karen. I think when I don't stay on my plan and I don't do my carnivore diet, we are not seeing the changes in me. I think Karen and I are both metabolically very different. I think I'm much more sicker than she is as far as metabolic health, and that she does kick in quicker. But I'm never going to get there if I don't do the plan.
Right.
So, okay. All right. We'll talk about my why in the next video.
All right. Bye, guys. Subscribe, like, comment. We love you. Bye.
Thank you.